went really, really poorly. Not necessarily because I was playing Shaco, but just in general, like we just lost the game really hard. Oh, D-Tech Gaming, $2. I'm stuck in silver. I main Zed mid. What do I do, senpai? All right, man. That's a little bit of information to go on, and I'll try to paint a picture. But I generally can give better advice when I know more about like your situation. If you're in silver, I can give you a couple tips that will help you get out of silver. So keep in mind that silver is a really strange bracket to play because it's just, it's in between bronze and it's in between gold. So just because you're in silver doesn't necessarily mean that you are, a silver player. Because it's like you could be a silver 1 player, and on a good day you make it to gold 5. And just you're playing well. You just get some good luck with your teammates and stuff like that, and you could just suddenly go from silver 1 to a gold player. And I think the bracket of silver is quite strange because there's a lot of fluctuation. Because you're stuck between bronze and golds, a lot of players get like an ego trip because they think that because they're above bronze, they're like better than bronze and stuff like that. But keep in mind, no matter what bracket of play you're in, you're still learning the game. If you're in bronze, you're still learning the game. If you're in silver, you're still learning the game. Gold, plat, diamond, even in challenger. There's no bracket of play where you're like, I've made it. I don't need to learn anything new anymore for the rest of my league career. I've mastered it. That's not true at all. So going into each game with that mentality will really help you out. Because if you go into the mentality of each game thinking, I can carry this game if my team doesn't feed, that's not a good mentality to go into because there's no bracket of play where your teammates won't feed. You don't suddenly get to gold or plat or diamond and your teammates are suddenly like just like going 30-0. It's never the case. In my games in master tier, you get teammates that'll go 0-10. Like it happens. It's just people playing with other people. People will go on tilt. They're emotional beings. They're affected by what goes on in their lives, and they might not be playing that game to the best of their ability, or they might be, and they're just being outplayed by your opponents. But anyways, wrapping that all together, go into each game knowing that everything that you do can be done better. Like every like going in for that kill, just because you get a kill on someone doesn't mean you did it perfectly, right? You might have been able to get that kill without burning flash or ignite. Push yourself to do things more efficiently. Farm more efficiently. Try to farm more CS per minute that you can while also harassing your lane opponent. It's all about like putting these small pieces together to become a better player. Just because you farm better doesn't automatically make you a better player, right? It's not just farming. It's not just getting kills. It's not just roaming. It's about combining all of that together. And when you're playing something like Zed mid, maybe try to get those solo kills without using Ignite if you can. If you know you have the damage to do it with just your ultimate or something like that. Go back and review your gameplay footage. Reviewing your gameplay footage is the best way to improve. Get a resource like Baron Replay, op.gg has a recording software, LOL Replay has a recording software, and God forbid one day Riot Games will have a recording software, and we don't even have to use a third-party recording software. You can use Open Broadcast or OBS to record your games, just record your screen and go back and watch it. But the important thing about recording your games is keep in mind, if you accept the fact that what you're doing isn't the perfect thing, like I point out mistakes that I make all the time in games, you go back and you watch your replays and you look at your mistakes and you think to yourself, how could I fix this? Or you look at the good plays that you made and you think, how could I make this better? How could I turn that quadra kill into a pentakill? And it's a slow process, but that's the best way to improve, man. And hopefully that helps you out. But I honestly think that if you put everything together that I just said, and you work on the small things, like CSing a little bit better, while also harassing your lane opponent, or vice versa, roaming a little bit more, but also like keeping everything together, where if you're roaming a lot, you also keep in mind that sometimes you have to go back and farm for a little while to balance things out. And you combine that all with fixing your mistakes, and sky's the limit, man. You can go anywhere in the ladder that you want. Alright, so what are we doing this game? We got Pantheon, Corki, jungle, 80 carry support. My mid? Ah,